Hi, I'm Dana Obleman. This video is for my free sleep course for babies 4 to 6 months right here on YouTube. If you feel like you could use more guidance, then check out Sleep Sense Plus. The link is in the description below.
Good morning. You made it through night 5. For some of you, it's a day of celebration. For the others, it is a day to look forward to tonight. It might have gone really quite well. You might have even had a sleep through. I would say usually by the 5th or 6th night, we are at least having one night where baby slept pretty much through the night. That you might have heard just a peep or a squeak for a few minutes, but relatively they slept through the night. If that hasn't happened yet, not to worry. That's well within the realm of normal. Just know that it's going to show up in the next few nights. So let's go into naps today. I'm hoping you're seeing a little bit of progress with naps. Again, not to panic if you aren't yet. This is a process. A couple of things to think about. What's typically showing up here going into day 6 is naps are too short. She's going down okay, but she's only sleeping for 20, 30, maybe 45 minutes. Well, I want to give you a couple of strategies for dealing with too short of naps. The good news is they will get longer eventually. That could be 4 weeks, 6 weeks before that finally shows up, but it will come around eventually. There's a couple of things we can do in the meantime to try to encourage this along a little bit. And there's 2 options, and it really depends on how sensitive you are to the idea of leaving her to cry. So if you've kind of built up a little bit of a thicker skin about that now and you can wait 10 minutes, then try that first. But when you hear her after 20 minutes of sleep, just start the timer and give her 10. See what happens. And she may surprise you and cry really intensely for 9.5 minutes and then bang, go right back to sleep. So don't cut it short if it doesn't seem like she's calming down at all, because she might not. If waiting 10 minutes, it didn't get you anywhere, she's still really upset, go into the room, resume your spot in the chair, and do a little bit of careful touch and key phrase. See if there's any way you can coax her to go back to sleep or convince her to go back to sleep for any length of time. Again, if you're in that room for 10 minutes and it's just not happening, she's not having it, then go ahead and get her up and just continue with your day. Keep an eye on your clock. Because she had such an insufficient nap, she may not have the stamina to go quite as long as she has been or could be if she was getting a better quality nap. So if she's having any kind of meltdown or showing really clear signs of fatigue, you can go earlier with the next nap to kind of compensate. Or if it's the last nap of the day, you can always move bedtime earlier to compensate. I just want to hammer that point home again. There is no reason why you can't move bedtime earlier, ever. I mean, if a child is tired, I would way rather her go to bed at 6 o'clock than push her to 7, and now she's overtired and the night is going to be worse and the quality of sleep is going to be worse because of it. So we can always bump that one right up. All right, so if you are sensitive to crying, and that is okay too, then go in quickly. Don't wait. When you hear her, in you go, resume your spot. You can actually go right up to the crib and see if you can coax her back to sleep. Rub the forehead a little, maybe pat the bum, give the mattress a little bit of a shake. It may feel slightly like cheating because you're helping a little bit more than I've ever said you could before. But I would way rather her go back to sleep and start consolidating bigger chunks of daytime sleep than try to stick too strictly to those rules that I gave you on the put down. You can't do that at the put down though, but you can do a little bit of coaxing, shush pat, I call it, if the nap is too short. because I'd way rather her go back to sleep and preserve your schedule than have her get up after only 20 minutes of napping, because she's going to be grouchy, right? She's not sufficiently rested. It's most likely not time to feed her again yet either. So now you've got kind of two problems on your hands. She's not rested, she's not hungry. What do we do with her now? She's going to be grouchy. Try to hold her off a little bit, at least get her as close to her next feed time as you possibly can. But if she's not having it, she's not having it. Go ahead and give her her feed. So I would try either of those strategies. Give them 3 days, because things don't just show up instantly. If they're going to work, they usually take a little bit of time. So try waiting 10 minutes for 3 days and then going in. Try going in quickly. If you do go in quickly, stay for about 20 minutes and see if you just being there can convince her to go back to sleep. If after 20 minutes it's not happening, it's probably not going to happen just because she's had a cat nap and now she's not nearly as fatigued as she needs to be to fall back to sleep. So you can go ahead and get her up. So we're going to leave her for 10, then go in, or go in, stay for 20. And you can try both. If 3 days of one way didn't work, then try 3 days of the other way and see if that works. And just, even if it only works once out of those 3 days, again, consider it a victory. If a baby can go back to sleep after too short of a nap, we will celebrate that. We're fist pumping. That's good progress, and we're happy to see it show up. Bye for now.